defending made easy, and I am going to prove why I say so. Yes guys, we are going to talk about how defending can be made easier in a game like FC24. While I agree there is a lot of defensive AI and a lot of assistance in defense, still most players struggle to defend. And I am going to show you how you can fix that. First, you have to follow this one rule. Don't be Mr. Know-it-all and have an open mindset. Because if you come here with a mindset that, oh, I know this, I know that, then guys, you're not going to learn anything, okay? So let's get straight into it. Defending on FC24 is hard, and we agree. I coach a lot of people. Now, why do I bring that up? Because I see one common mistake. People don't defend in numbers, and people are isolating their defenders, putting them in 1v1 situations where it is very easy for the attackers to beat. So we have to focus on how we can defend in numbers and how we can improve our 1 versus 1 defending. Let's pay attention to these clips which are running in the background. I really want you to focus on them, and you will see what I mean when I say defend in numbers. As you can see right now, I am not defending in numbers. Just see what I do with Ferland Mendy, guys. Just pay attention on Mendy, right? I push up. I am isolating my defender, and this is how most players defend. Look at the space, the red space. And look what I am doing with Mendy. If Mendy gets beaten here, the opponent is through on that space. And I just made defending harder, and now one guy is out of defense. And it is not as simple as putting your players in their position. There is something more to it, right? And see, once again with Walker, when I isolate my defenders, I give up a lot of space, and it is very hard for me to defend. Why is it happening? Because I am not defending with the purpose. You need to defend with the purpose. Now, what could that purpose be? Like I said, you don't want to isolate defenders. Instead, you want to defend in numbers. So this is how you defend in numbers, right? See, here with Kyle Walker, I'm actually buying myself time. That is the key word. Buy yourself time. Because we are buying ourselves time, now we can better position our players. At the same time, we know how to be passive and be aggressive, which I will talk to you about in a short moment. Guys, see, because I'm defending in numbers, my back four is absolutely perfectly positioned in the box. No player will have an easy time going through this defense. And with Bellingham, I am marking the most dangerous pass. I am not isolating my defenders. Guys, look, if I try to charge Dembele with Kyle Walker, there will be two results. Either he will beat me or I will get the ball back, but the risk versus reward is too high. This is where you have to evaluate what you are doing with your players. We buy ourselves time. That is the purpose of defending, right? Because we know it's a good opponent. And now he is forced to turn back. When the opponent is forced to turn back, that is a win-win situation. It allows our players to come back. Because they come back, now we have a perfect back four and we are applying pressure. You also want to apply pressure because I know there is a common advice that goes around that, okay, select your CDM and run back with them. That is the wrong advice. If you do that against good players, you will be punished. Instead, you need to defend with a purpose. When you are defending with numbers and you are buying yourself time, this is what happens. You stay on the players, but you don't overcommit. Instead, you focus on their movements. And you should know that, okay, this player is my fullback. I am not going to challenge the opponent in a 1v1 situation. See, here with Kyle Walker, I decided to run back, jockey back, and now my opponent is facing away. My backline is in a perfect back four. The moment the opponent gives you his back or faces away, that means you have done your job as a defender. See what happens. Now he is forced to turn back and I am defending with numbers. I get my players back. I am able to apply pressure at the same time while making sure I am not giving any space up. Eventually, when he does find his way inside the box, see what happens. Because my defense is in a perfect shape, it is very hard for the opponent to attack because there is simply no space. And that is only possible because I am focusing on the rules that I am teaching you. Before I show you the passive aggressive technique and how you can actually master that, allow me to introduce you to the sponsor of this video, Duel Masters. Duel Masters is a cutting edge platform where you can wager real money on FC24. The registration process is very quick and easy. You just go on their website and sign up. If you click the link in the description, you will also get a deposit bonus, guys. And the best part about this website is it matches a player with your skill level. Like if you are someone in Division 7, there is a player who is at your skill level and you can wager money with them. Like I have mentioned many times, I used to play on a wager website in FIFA 18, 19, 20, and it really helped me improve my game. I used to play some of the very best players in the world today on that platform, and there are similar plays that you can find on Duel Masters, so make sure to check them out. So guys, we have to focus on being passive and aggressive. See, if I was to just hold my CDMs and sit back, the opponent will have too much time on the ball, and you cannot allow that. See, so what are we doing? We are using second man press while we are also running at his passing lanes and trying to cut them manually. But we do that with our strikers. See, my Rice, who is my CDM, is still somewhere around my defense because I know, okay, he is the gatekeeper and he is the one who has to protect my defense. So I am defending in numbers. With Walker, I am pushing back. With Van Dijk, I am holding my ground. With my attackers, I am applying pressure. With my CBs, I am letting the opponent turn. Because I buy myself time, this is what happens. I have two defenders. I know Mo Salah is a left-footed player, so he will try to turn on his left foot, right? You want to know about the playstyles of the opponent, which playstyles does he have, and all kind of that stuff, so you can anticipate better. But guys, the main purpose of this video is to change the way you defend. So many people are just blindly pushing up with their fullbacks without any thought. They're just spamming the second man press button without knowing which player is second man pressing, right? They are just literally defending without purpose, and when you try to teach them, some of them will be down in the comments. They try to argue and make an excuse. While some of your excuses are legit, I still believe there is a skill gap in this game for majority of players, like I have said before in the videos. In the games at the top level, you can argue there isn't, but at the lower level, which most of the players play at, there is a lot of skill gap. So you should learn these things, right? See, in this situation, I am running back with Kyle Walker. I am buying myself time. I am defending in numbers. And at the same time, I am holding the second man press button, which forces my opponent to turn away. I am pressing him with JJ Okocha. And this is a very good defensive play from us. We give no time to the opponent. We force him to turn away. When you force the opponent to turn away, you get the opportunity to press him and you buy yourself time. I will keep repeating this word, right? Because this is what you need to do in defense. Like the great Paolo Maldini said, if I have to make a tackle, I have already made a mistake. So this is what your mentality should be, and this is how your game will improve. Now some people might talk about the depth. This has been brought to my attention, and I do know about this since I read the pitch notes back in July, that there has been an added auto press system this year if you put your depth more than 44, which activates some sort of overload ball side like we have seen in previous years. While that is true, your defending still needs to be perfect fundamentally. For that, you need to understand how defense works and all these purpose of defending, which I am teaching you in this video. Without this, you can only go so far. Keep your depth at 44 or 71. It really doesn't matter if you don't know these things. But for that, I will talk in another video. For now, if you want to perfect your defense, you want to defend in straight lines, you don't want to isolate defenders, you want to buy yourself time, you want to use second man press, and you want to learn passive aggressive defending, while at the same time knowing which player is the opponent controlling, when to press them, when to sit back, and do not blindly run back with your CDMs. It will only take you so far. Whatever you do, it must carry a purpose. Once it carries purpose, your defending is going to go to the next level.